quite an old video, which was on YouTube, and I remember seeing it about 2 years ago. It's of a gentleman named Hunter Labrada. He's the son of Lee Labrada, who was a previous Olympia champion. He did compete on the Olympia stage, and his son Hunter has done the same thing. So, first and foremost, congratulations to both of them for achieving such an incredible feat. It is very, very unobtainable to many of us. So, I don't want this video to come across as a bit rude or degrading, but there were some alarming things in this video which I think people need to be aware of and at least think carefully about if they're going to approach a bodybuilding diet and use these sort of methods. Anyway, I'm going to start the video now and do some little ramblings.
So this is meal one. In meal one, we got a cup and a half of oats. We have 1 scoop of whey protein isolate, 250 mLs of egg white. No fats in this meal. Typically, I will do fish oil. I don't have the fish oil with me. So if I were to replace for this meal, what I'd do is I'd put 2 tablespoons.
Interesting. He's got a large bolus of high gluten, high anti-nutrient oats. Probably quite slow digesting, probably not great in your system. Then he's coupling that with a low fat, low carbohydrate whey protein isolate. I don't really have anything wrong with whey protein. I quite like it. I find it quite useful, at least if you're in a pinch and you want to get some food down quickly to digest quickly. It can be quite useful. The liquid egg whites, I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that's going to digest optimally. I'd probably prefer him to cook them, but I've not seen this video before. At least not in at least 2 years, so I'm just looking back at this and erect as time goes on. But yeah, liquid egg whites, probably not ideal. Lots of carbs which are going to digest very slowly, not ideal. Lot to break down here. All right, I'm going to carry on.
The peanut butter, but I didn't do
peanut butter. No, definitely not. Does anyone know how many milligrams of oxalate are in a few peanuts? This is horrendous already. It's a bit much. It sounds a bit pedantic, like, oh, but bodybuilders have always been having peanut butter for all this time and almond butter and all this sort of thing. Or you can do macadamia. It's all the same toxic rubbish. It's not going to be great for getting more omega-3s in your system. Omega-3 to omega-6 ratio will be completely thrown out of whack. I mean, not just a bit, I'm talking like ridiculously out of whack, so not ideal. Yeah, then he talks later about getting more omega-3 in through fish oils. I hope they're good quality ones, that's the most important thing. Outside of that, you could just eat less omega-6 rich food and probably get him to his health outcomes quicker. I don't know.
Do that, so I saved all the peanut butter up for the cream or ice party later because I'm technically not on prep and I can move fats around like that, and it's exciting to have a bunch of peanut butter, right?
I don't know what you guys think, and this may come across a bit rude, but that screams eating disorder all over it to me. I mean, it's good to enjoy food, but you shouldn't be having parties over peanut butter. I don't know about that. You've got some 90 carbs, 12 fat, 63 protein. Yeah, these men's muscle health videos always put the calories in, which is a bit bizarre. Oftentimes they actually get it wrong. I'm not going to count them in this one, but assuming there's 449, protein, carbs, and fat, they often actually get it very wrong. So.
We are on our way for me to test drive a truck.
Sorry guys, I thought it's a full day of eating, but he spends about 4 or 5 minutes looking at cars. I'm trying to skip through to the next part. Here we go. Meal 2.
So this is my meal 2 for the day. It's pre-training meal. We got 100 grams of cream of rice in here. We have 25 grams of protein from whey isolate.
Wonder why he went for the cream of rice, which probably has less toxins in it than having the oats earlier. I'm not sure.
And we have 40 grams of peanut butter, which is roughly like 18, 19 grams of fat. So getting this in the tank, headed to the destination, train and push.
Does anyone know what that reminds you of? Put in the comments below if you have an idea what that reminds you of. I've got some good ideas myself.
So this iced coffee that I'm about to pick up, I drank like every single day while I trained the last 4 or 5 weeks of prep. And it was in all like my YouTube content and stuff leading up to the show. And right now, I'd say I get tagged in literally 15 to 20 of these coffees a day that I'm about to pick up. So I'll show y'all what the secret is, so y'all can continue to like blow me up, tagging me in them. But they are delicious, and they have been very well received by everyone tagging me in them. So definitely try it. I'll show y'all what it is when I pick.
Coffee comes from a plant seed, effectively. It is a toxin. I have to say that as out of common courtesy to people that watch this video. Coffee is a toxin.
Pick it up.
Discover lots of little tips that could save you hundreds of pounds on your energy bill. Visit gov.uk/save energy.
I need a lot more.
Nicorette gum relieves cravings fast to help give more power to your willpower.
I think it'd be easy just to not smoke in the first place. I don't know.
Hold on, there we go. There's one. There's two. Now we'll be able to be properly caffeinated. We've taken pre-workout and we have our coffee.
Can you guys tell when this sort of video is filmed?
Alright, so now that we have it, what is in it? It is a venti iced Americano, so it's 4 shots of espresso with ice.
I'm still shocked to this day, not related to this video, that you'd have to walk in wearing those things to go into McDonald's. I don't know.
Ice water poured over it. I get 4 pumps of the sugar-free cinnamon dulce syrup and 2 Splendas in it. And
That's a lot of sweeteners, mate. That is a lot. I guess when he's had 2 meals with loads of sweeteners in it already, you might as well just carry it on. You know, why not? Sod it.
it is delicious. I was in Tampa until Monday. I flew home on Monday. Got home Monday night. I was home Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I flew to Denver to guest post for Dylan Armbrust at his show.
He's not doing much eating here, so I'm going to scroll to the next bit. He's just doing lots of rambling. Strong looking bloke there, incredible physique. I'm not going to take that away from him at all. Incredible physique.
Meal 3 is 120 grams cream of rice, 50 grams of protein from whey protein isolate, and then 40 grams of peanut.
Like, it just screams to me he's addicted to like peanut butter, and there's obviously something in fat sources that he requires, like he craves it. If he just swapped that 40 grams of peanut butter for just whole grass-fed butter, his health outcomes would be so much better. He'd be getting some useful vitamin A, a little bit of vitamin E, maybe some vitamin K. Yeah, I don't see that as being a net positive to his health.
Butter. So this is pre and post every day of the cream or ice parties. I like it, and yeah. So gonna get this down and get back to the hotel room, get cleaned up, and show you how meals 4 and 5 look like. So this is meal 4. Like I said, we got 300 grams of rice, 80 grams of avocado, and 8 ounces of orange roughy.
Amazing this food would be deemed as healthful to a lot of people, you know, because avocado is meant to be a health food. White rice is meant to be quite clean food. Then the fish, you know, clean because it's low in fat supposedly and all that sort of thing. I'm a bit perplexed. He made the previous meal so, you might average standards, so unhealthy. Yeah, this one is like the polar opposite near enough. Obviously, it's not a species appropriate dietary kind of meal, but it's a bit better than the previous ones, I think.
The white fish. So this is meal 4. Gonna get this in me and then take y'all to do a cheat meal in a little bit.
He must really not like his food if he's having to put all that rubbish on it. Wow. That meal screams Randall cycle activation. If anyone's not seen it yet, please watch that video I made quite a few months ago. It's just called Randall cycle in layman's terms. It's probably one of the most easiest to digest films that I've made in terms of like explaining what the Randall cycle is. You'll see it's got quite deleterious effects, especially if you activate it inappropriately.
I'm about to order an obscene amount of sushi and pretty much eat until I'm sick for y'all's entertainment.
The amazing thing is this guy admits that he's got such a serious issue here with eating. You know? I guess that makes him happy. I can't really fault that, but there's a few quite obvious tweaks he can make to his diet that would probably make his health a bit better, at least long term anyway, because these guys aren't like the general population. They seem to be able to get away with a lot more than the average person, but we do see nowadays people do have very serious health complications, especially those that follow the bodybuilding diet and lifestyle for a long period of time. I don't wish ill health on any of these sort of people that I talk about in the future, but this is one example of something you should not strive to do.
If I'm being perfectly blunt about what I'm about to do, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, seared escalera roll, and then a heart attack roll, and then a plano roll, and then a normal yellowtail roll with green onion, a normal spicy tuna roll with green onion.
Let's skip this, it's rambling a little bit for me. Even way past my standards. You know, it's funny. I can kind of get where he's coming from here because he's trying to beat the buffet sort of thing. You know, he's trying to expend all of his money and see how much he can get down his throat in one sitting. I mean, I used to be the same when I was bodybuilding, at least in this sort of manner. It's always a challenge to see how much I could eat, how much I could lift, how much I could train, and how much I can maximise everything I was doing. You know, it's one of those things which we know now is more does not necessarily mean better.
Gave me an extra roll because I got my order wrong, so I'm gonna bow out of the spicy tuna because it's not very good. So
That was generous of them.
that was the roll they gave me that I didn't order. So I'm right where I thought I'd be.
But his mate with him in the background there is thinking, oh god, this again, I have to do this every week for my mate and sit here and watch him eat on like 20 plates of sushi or whatever it is. Oh, no wonder why he's on his phone. He's probably had his meal and finished like an hour ago, and this hunter gentleman's still going.
7 rolls deep, miserably full, but it was delicious. This is a really good sushi bin, I'm not gonna lie.
187 grams of protein, 108 grams of fat, 227 grams of carbs, 2,628 heat units. Incredible. That is Randall cycle activation to the max. I don't know if you can really exceed that. At least using things like sushi, you know, it's very high protein as well. I'm quite surprised by it. Yeah, it's funny if you look at his previous meals. It's like 25 grams a whey with loads of carbs, and this one he just said, whatever, sod it. I'm gonna have all the protein. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna be useful for your digestive system. 187 grams of protein. That's a lot to deal with in one hit, especially with all the anti-nutrients you're probably having with that meal and the meals beforehand as well. So, quite a lot to deal with from this gentleman's body.
Alright, muscle and strength, we have meal 6.
Sorry, he said meal 6. I thought that was his last meal. Wow.
About to go in the tank. Meal 6 right now, because I'm not on prep, is actually going to be a cup and a half of oats, or 120 grams of oats. Throw in 500 mLs of egg whites, which is 2 cups, or 50 grams of protein. I blend it right now just so I'm not very hungry, especially at the end of the day.
No shit.
It's a little late right now. And that is meal 6. Cheers. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe below to Muscle and Strength for more videos like this. I'm Hunter Labrada. Thanks for watching.
I like this guy. I think he's quite a genuine, sort of friendly bloke. I just think somewhere along the line he's been completely misinformed. I mean, granted, he does have to eat a lot of food. He's a big guy, you know. He has to eat a lot of food, a lot of mass to keep that mass on. The way he does it could be so much more effective, so much more helpful as well. I mean, he's talking about being stuffed and struggling to get food down. I mean, if we look at 100 grams of fat, you know, from butter, it's quite a simple example. That's, you know, it's like a handful, isn't it? You know, it's not going to be that much to deal with in your gut versus the same amount of energy from food in rice. That's going to be a big bowl, you know, like that. So yeah, not ideal. Anyway, if you like this style of video, please let me know in the comments below. Remember to hit like and also subscribe for more content like this, and I'll talk to you guys soon.